Right, let's keep these tutorials going. Green screen time. So I have a green screen stock footage of this Apple monitor, which actually does have a bit of camera movement in it. So I'm gonna also track in this video as well. And then I've just used this video editor reel that I recently made to go on Fiverr. If you happen to have any footage or photos that you want edited, then go into the link description. My Fiverr page is on there and you can pay me to do so. Now, first of all, we're gonna do the green screen part and then we'll track afterwards. So it doesn't really matter where the player head is, but we can head over to the color panel and you can see our footage shows up here. We need to right click on an empty space and click Add Alpha Output and drag the blue thingy-mabobby over to the other blue thingy-mabobby. And now down here, if you don't have this selected already, you click on the color picker thingy. Then up at the top, you see these multiple options. Make sure it's the first one, and then you can select the color you want. Now it will do it the wrong way around, but you just select this to swap it over. And then the in/out ratio, you can see if I up it, it shows more of the green, so we need to put it as far down as we can. You can see over here the edges are still showing green. So mess around with the settings to whatever suits your footage, and then I'll be back with you in a second. So that seemed to do it. I adjust the clean black, and I think it worked because it's a clean outline. So when I get rid of the clean black, it shows the green again. If I up it a tiny bit, it gets rid of the little edges. But what you can also do, just to make it look a little bit more smooth, is this little feather with the plus icon and select inside, and it will kind of feather your edges. So if I did that whilst it was still green, it would feather it, but you've got to be really careful because otherwise something like this happens. You can accidentally go to the rest of the footage, which we do not want. So like I said before, there's a bit of movement in the footage, and obviously it doesn't really work with the background image that I'm using. So we'll highlight both of them and right click and new Fusion clip. Head into Fusion. I'm just going to skim over this. So if you want a full tutorial on tracking, watch my video. It's in the description below. I've made a playlist of all the Davinci tutorials, so find the one that you want there. The first thing I want to do is add a transform onto this that I can scale this accordingly. It's always a good idea as well to make the footage a little bit bigger than the green screen. If you are using a screen or a mobile device or a monitor, if you make it a little bit bigger, as long as the footage you're using doesn't have anything really important on the edges, then it will still look fine. You can make it as accurate as possible or inaccurate as possible. That's completely up to you, but I'm going to make mine slightly bigger just so I can ensure that it fits. And now head up onto the screen node and search for planar transform. And I will probably I'll draw around the mouse because it's slightly smaller. So I'll draw around the mouse here, just really roughly. Set an in point at the start, which means now we're going to have to bloody adjust this again. Again, hit set, change that to hybrid point, translation, and then skim through to the end. And now we're back. We can click create planar transform and add that after the transform of the footage. And now the footage will be fully tracked onto the screen, as you can see here. That's how you green screen.